All right, welcome back. And today we are going to do a question called string to integer. This question is, you would probably see it in a internship interview or something like that. So it's pretty simple. What we want to do is, given a string, you have to convert it into an integer without using stoi, which is string to integer. Basically, what we want to do with this question is we want to make sure that you understand the fundamentals to see if you know how to do one of these simple conversions. And then also make sure you can solve for little edge cases, because sometimes a string, it could be not possible to turn it into an integer. For example, if there are no numbers, if there are letters, then it's not an integer. You have to do something about it. For here, we're just going to return none. So this is pretty simple. First, you can get a character. It could either be a number, a negative sign, or anything else. If it's anything else, then I don't want to return anything because it's not a number. Let's look at the iPad a little bit. Okay, so here you can see, imagine if you're beginning. So this is kind of like a flow chart. So you begin here, and then depending on what the number is, for example, if your string is 1, 2, 3, then what I do is, given it's an integer, so that is what this is, 0 to 9. If it is a digit, then we go into this state. And this state is a good state. It means it is an integer, so you can output it. But then, oh, I forgot this one. And then if it's not an integer, then you just return none because it's not a digit. Right, pretty much what you do is you go through this flowchart. So in the beginning, if it is negative, then you remind yourself that the number is negative. And then if you see a lot of digits, then you're going to be seeing here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the result times 10 plus num. Now, what do I mean exactly by times 10 plus the number is, how are you going to do it? Well, you have to understand, how do we read strings? So imagine here, we take an example, minus 105. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to do as if we're running the code itself. So when we read a string, it's from left to right. So first, we read the negative sign. So because it is negative, we're going to turn this into true. So now we know it's negative, right? And then what we're going to do is we're also going to have a result number, which starts at 0. And then I'll tell you what this is for right now. So now that we've seen the negative sign, we're going to increment, and now we see number 1, right? And then because we see number 1, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the result by 10, and then we're going to add 1. And then this is going to give us 1. So we're here now. All right. And then next number, we see a 0. Then what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply this by 10 and then add 0 because of this character. And then what that's going to give me, that's going to give me 10. And then next, your arrow is here now. You're going to see 5. So same thing, multiply this by 10 plus 5. This is equals to 105. And then this number is exactly the same as that number. So basically what you're doing is, you had 105, you're reading it this way. So you know that every time you read a number, this number or this digit is going to be bigger. It's going to be 10 times more than this guy. So that's why we're kind of like building it like this. And then when we see the next number, we're actually just pushing it this way, right? So essentially that's what you're doing when you're multiplying by 10 and then adding the number, right? So there's one thing missing that you almost forgot. Yes, you have 105, but it's also a negative number. So that's why we look at this Boolean, and if it's true, we're just going to negate our number. So it's going to become negative 105, which is exactly the string. So there's one more detail. The one detail that we have to look at is understanding, how do we actually get these numbers? Because essentially a string is full of characters. So you have this character, you have this character, which is the 1 character, you have the 0 character, and the 5 character. Right? So how do you actually get the actual numbers that you can do to do the operation? Well, characters are essentially what we call ASCII characters, and they all have their associate numbers, right? So imagine if we have a character 1, then what we can do is we can grab this guy, which is 49, and then we subtract that by 48. So no matter which one we get their associated number, character number, which is like 53, and we're going to subtract by 48. And then that's going to give us the actual number. Look, for example, 49 minus 48 equals 1. And then 53 minus 48 equals 5. So essentially this is the character zero's number. Usually in Python, we call this ORD. So if you put the character 0 there, you're going to get 48. If you do 5, for example, you're going to get, let's see, 5. 5 is 53. So you're going to get 53. And then if you subtract this, then you're going to get the actual number 5. All right, cool. So let's code this up. But before we code this up, let's think about the time complexity and space complexity. In terms of time complexity, it seems pretty simple. You're just doing one linear scan of the whole string. And if the string has n characters, then it's O of n. And then in terms of space complexity, I believe that is constant time because the only thing you're storing is the result, and that result is a single integer. All right, cool. So let's code this up. So here we go. So first, what do we want to do? We want to make sure the string is not empty, right? Edge case. Okay, if it is empty, then we just return none, meaning it's not an integer, so we're not going to return anything. We're going to initialize 2 of our variables. The first one, which is result, as 0. And then like we saw before, is it negative? It's a Boolean. It's going to start out as false. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through the logic. Remember in the beginning, there are 3 cases. If it's negative, if it's nothing, or if it's a number. So we can handle the case in general later on, but we want to see if it's a negative first. And then later on, if we see that there's a character that is not valid, we're just going to return none. Okay, so we are going to get the negative. Okay, if that's the case, I just want to set this to true. My is negative. And then we're going to resize the string. So now we're just going to take out the negative number so that we can do the following. I'll show you later. So this is, we get the ASCII character 0. In case you don't know what this is, like I said before, it should give us 48, right? And then ORD of 5 should give us 53. Yeah, so usually what we can do is we can just subtract these guys to get the number we want, 5. Okay, now we're gonna go through the string, and then if we had the negative, it wouldn't be the whole string. We would take out that negative character. For a character in string, what we want to do is, if it's not a digit, then we're just going to say nah. And then if it is a number, if it is a digit, then we're going to do that times 10 plus the character. And then now we subtract this, which is the same as subtracting ORD 0. Okay. And then you return the negative of the result if it is negative. So if is negative, if not, then you're just going to return the normal result. All right, let's run it, see if it works. All right, perfect. So here you see the conversion works, and then it's definitely a number because we can add 1 to it. We could try a positive number. We don't need to add this. Yeah, all right, perfect, and it works. Cool. So that's pretty much it for string to integer. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.